Are you hiring an accounting and finance professional in Sydney right now? Well, here's what we're seeing. Roles that used to fill in 2 weeks are now taking significantly longer, and quality candidates at every level are being more selective than ever. Hi, I'm Geoff Balmer from Richard Lloyd Accounting Recruitment. Our team places around 500 accounting and finance professionals each year across Sydney. Since the start of 2026, we've had almost 3,000 conversations with clients, and we've worked more than 250 roles across all levels of the finance function. We've also had over 7,000 conversations with candidates, and we've interviewed more than 1,300 Sydney accounting professionals. So what I'm sharing with you today is based on what we're seeing day to day in the job market. And what we're seeing is a real split. It's very tight for quality candidates at the junior end, and at the senior level, candidates who are already in a role are being much more selective. At the senior end, the roles we've been working on have included CFOs, financial controllers, and we've had some senior commercial roles, and these have been across education, engineering, events, and the manufacturing sectors. We're finding candidates who are currently employed are very cautious, and they're asking us, is this role genuinely better than what I have right now? What's the leadership team like? Is there stability in the business? And where is the business going? Job security is clearly an important factor. At the mid-level of the market, financial accountant role through to say finance managers, well, we're seeing a pretty healthy volume of roles come through. If a role has a competitive salary, some working flexibility, a clear scope, and you have a strong workplace culture, then candidates are definitely interested. But if one of those elements is missing, particularly workplace flexibility or salary, you'll feel it very quickly in the process. Where a role is 5 days in the office, we're seeing roles sit on the market much longer, or we're seeing candidates drop out part way through because they realise they want that flexibility. At the junior end, so AP, AR, assistant accountant and graduate roles, well, it's pretty tight. There's a real shortage of candidates, particularly graduates with even 6 to 12 months experience, and a real lack of quality AP, AR and credit staff available. A lack of supply means it's taking us much longer to fill roles, and roles that used to be filled in a couple of weeks are now taking a much longer time. And we're often finding we have much fewer quality candidates to choose from. Another big shift we're seeing is around what candidates actually value. Flexibility is still important. They like the hybrid working. But what they want has definitely evolved. It's no longer just about hybrid working. Candidates are asking much more considered questions. They're asking, who am I reporting to? What's their management style like? Will I actually learn something new in this role? Where does this role lead me in 2 to 3 years' time? It's becoming much more about the overall experience. One of the biggest changes we're seeing is how specific hiring has become. Employers are focusing much more on industry experience, system skills, and exact technical capability, and less on the broader potential. And there's much less focus on long-term growth and succession planning. This is very applicable to the senior roles that we're working. And interestingly, research from Harvard Business School suggests that hiring from the same industry can lead to homogenization, which limits diversity and innovation of new ideas. And it goes on further to say that more than 80% of hiring failures, especially at the senior level, are linked to poor culture or role fit, not a lack of technical skills. So, if you are hiring based on industry backgrounds, this can improve your short-term success, but it won't help you with the long-term success, and is not going to help you find that great future leader. It's also narrowing the candidate pool. So, what does this mean if you're hiring right now? Well, the businesses that are getting great hiring results are doing 3 things really well. First, they're really clear on what they actually need. Second, They think carefully about how the role is positioned. And third, they've got a pretty good hiring process nailed down. Is the process organised? How long is it going to take us? Are timelines communicated clearly to candidates? Because this is all really critical to keeping candidates engaged. And let's face it, the best candidates are in high demand and they won't wait around. So, in summary, the Sydney accounting job market is still very active, but how you approach hiring now has a much bigger impact on your outcome than it did even 2 years ago. And candidates are being just as selective as employers are. If you'd like to talk through what this means, or you need any help, or you need further insights on the Sydney accounting market, please contact the team or head to richardlloyd.com.au or follow us on LinkedIn.